Sky One, a part of the British Sky Broadcasting Network.
Then why did you tell the pilot to take this boat off without any passengers?
Because I wanted to speak to you alone, where we wouldn't be disturbed.
I don't want to be alone with you.
Engines are stopped.
Oh, did you arrange that, too?
You're ridiculous. What's wrong?
Both electrical shorted out.
What does that mean?
No need to be alarmed. We'll just drift until I can fix it or another boat comes by.
Well, we gotta get it fixed fast, because we're not yet out of the Pacific current. We can get swept out to sea.
Yes, sir. I'm working on it as fast as I can.
Thank you very much. Damn it. Believe me, I had nothing to do with arranging this. But I'm glad it happened.
Boy, my father was genuinely shocked, wasn't he? The rare day when I can do that to him. Like the day I told him about Channing. And the one when I told him about Lionel and Sophia.
I thought he was going to have another stroke.
Yeah. We're really going to do it, huh? We're really going to get married?
Yes. And I'm finally going to have Brandon after waiting so long.
Excuse me.
Yeah, well, I think you're conceding. Good. The mighty Castillo finally calls it quits. Forfeits before he can lose. Smart move.
Kirk, stop trying to prove your manhood by picking a fight. This game is over. It's obvious how Eden really feels. No, he's not giving up. But even Cruz can be stopped.
Hey, Cruz, what's happening?
I don't want to talk about it.
Cruz, you look so surprised and so disapproving. Why? You knew what I had to do.
Maybe I didn't want to believe you'd go through with it.
There is nothing that I wouldn't go through for my son, and marrying Mason is right.
Is it?
Yes, he loves Brandon. He saved his life during the earthquake.
Does he love you?
He's the perfect choice for me, and he'll keep Brandon in the family that he loves.
Does he love you, Santana?
Do you? Does anyone? Are you asking me to stay away from my son until I find somebody that loves me? What gives you the right to ask me a question like that since you didn't want to have any part of anything?
Please.
I don't know what I'm saying. I'm sorry.
You sure make a mess when you study.
Can I go out and play?
All right. But let me know when you're hungry. I'll make you a sandwich.
All right. Okay.
He sure gets bored these days. What's wrong?
When did Linus Pauling win the Nobel Peace Prize?
1962.
What?
1962. Oh, and he won another one in 1954. That was for chemistry.
You sure about that?
Sure, I'm sure. Oh, I studied him in high school. He was my history teacher's favorite person. Okay, look it up if you don't believe me.
Well, it's just that it's an important paper. I don't want to take any chances here. P. You're right. Sorry, I know a lot. Why aren't you still in school if you're so smart?
Well, when I graduated from high school, there wasn't money for college. And since both my parents have died, I've had to work.
I'm sorry, I didn't know your parents died.
Yeah.
It must be awful losing your parents when you're so young.
You better answer that.
Yeah, I'll get back to my studying.
Well, hello. Brought this up from your mailbox.
Hey, thanks. Are you the new postman?
No, I'm Danny. Came to see my mom, but I'll settle for seeing you.
Hey! Danny, come on in. Hey, this is an old friend of mine, Danny Andrade.
I just introduced myself.
Nice to meet you.
Likewise.
So, what'd you come over for, huh?
Oh, I came by to drive my mom home. Rose is my mom.
Oh, of course. She's spoken of you many times. I just didn't make the connection. Well, I'll go see if she's ready to go.
Thank
and
you.
I'll take these to your father's study.
Great.
Who is she?
Well, she works here.
No. Is she Laken's replacement, huh? What?
No, Danny.
Because if she isn't, I want her.
Well, what about you and Colette? I thought you were...
I just dropped Colette this moment. Hayley, you said?
Yeah.
So tell me about her.
Well, I just told you. Works here. She's a maid.
No. The important things. Does she like Springsteen? Does she windsurf? What does she look like in a bikini, huh?
You all right?
Yes, I'm fine.
I see. You're crying because you're fine.
No, because I'm happy. I'm feeling very emotional right now, and I hope you know how grateful I am to you.
Well, I'm glad of that, Santana, but I don't want you crying about it.
What we're doing is for Brandon's sake. We're giving him a real home, real parents. You mustn't lose sight of that.
Yeah, well, then don't you think we ought to do our best to give the appearance of being a normal, happy couple, like holding hands in public occasionally? I'm beginning to warm to this whole situation.
I feel a little uncomfortable.
With me? Whatever for?
Mason, you make everyone feel uncomfortable.
Not on purpose. I'm just beginning to feel good about all this. Here I am, marrying my childhood obsession.
Mason.
And I'm actually looking forward to raising Brandon. I want to teach him all the things I was never taught.
What kind of things?
Oh, things like how not to be vulnerable, how to stand up to my father and live up to his heritage. A lot to live up to, long tradition of family feuds and internal disharmony. Need a sharp tongue and a good suit of armor to grow up as a Capwell.
Will you stop talking that way? I don't want him to learn things like that.
I don't want him to either, but it's what he needs. Survival equipment, Santana.
I don't want him raised that way. I want him to learn how to be honest and dependable. I want him to feel secure.
All the things I'm not.
You make me so angry when you talk that way.
Do I? Santana, are we having our first fight?
For God's sake, Mason.
Oops. Yes, I believe we are.
Now, that business with Santana, I don't think is why you were so upset. That's bush league. Now, my prognosis is that something else is causing your depression.
All right, there is something else, but I don't want to talk about it.
You need to talk about it. And I'm practically a total stranger, so I'm the logical one to talk to. Now, come on.
Pearl. I just found out that Eden is pregnant.
Okay, sure. That's at least an 8.2 on your Richter.
I mean, she told me she was thinking of having Kirk's baby, but man,
It beats me why she would even want to have a kid by a man she cannot stand. Unless, of course, she's starting to stand him.
She hasn't.
Maybe not. Did you two ever talk about having kids?
We talked about it.
Well, come. I am truly sorry. I know how difficult this is for you.
You think something like this will run its course, that she'd get over it. I keep waiting for her to wake up and remember me, then remember me. It's driving me crazy. Now this... I mean, it's like I got no chance at all. Excuse me, how soon does the next ferry get here?
There should be one any moment now.
Thank you.
We have so much planning to do before the wedding. Whom to invite, what sort of ceremony to have.
Please, let's just keep it simple. I'd be perfectly happy going to the Justice of the Peace.
Not on your life. You want this authentic for Brandon's sake, don't you? That means a formal ceremony. Brandon should be our ring bearer. That's important.
I guess you're right.
I think we should have one of those modern weddings, write our own vows and all.
I'm not much good at making up vows.
I'll give you some ideas. I'd like to compare our marriage to Dad's first two and Eden's present one. And in spite of the fact that we don't love each other, I'll bet ours outlasts theirs.
I can't believe you're serious.
Can't you? Why don't we take our drinks into the other room? I feel like stretching my legs.
Folks, could I have your attention, please? Thank you so much. I've been asked to announce the wedding plans of Santana Andrade and Mason Capwell. Mr. Capwell, could you and Miss Andrade step into the room, please? Thank you. I'd like you all to join me in a nice round of applause for the engagement.
Thank you, one and all.
Hello?
Yes, it's Kirk. I'm coming over to see you, Gina.
Why?
Oh, because I have some interesting news for you.
What are you talking about? Why don't you just tell me now and save yourself the trip?
No, I'll tell you when I get there. So you just have to wait for me. By the way, when's the last time you saw Brandon?
Why are you saying this? Is there something wrong?
You'll find out.
Sunday, Indiana's fighting him on Sky's Wall.
Sophia, I want you to clearly understand I will not let you keep seeing Lionel in front of my family, my friends, and the community of Santa Barbara.
You will not let me. When you called me a whore and you threw me out of the house, you lost any right to direct my life or my activities.
You continue to flaunt this relationship with a man who has given me more pain than I can tell you, and I will hound you to the ends of the earth, I promise you.
So bitter, CC, and hard and unforgiving.
Yes, unforgiving, and I will not forgive you. I can count on that.
Well, then you better understand something, because I'm not asking for your forgiveness anymore. I made a mistake, and I told some lies many, many years ago, but I never stopped loving you, whether you want to believe that or not.
I don't believe that at all.
I needed your love. I needed your love so badly, and I begged you to forgive me. Begged you. Now I'm moving on. Living my life on my own terms, have my children, and I'm not asking for anyone's forgiveness from now on. I just want to be left alone.
Not if you continue to see Lionel, you won't be.
Why? Listen to you. Listen to yourself, the hate that you have. You know what's going to happen to you?
No, what?
One day you're going to wake up and you're going to be a lonely old man because you will have driven everyone out of your life.
Oh, really? Well, you couldn't be more mistaken. Because exciting things are happening in the house now. There's new love, new life. A new generation beginning. Eden is going to have a baby. That's right. Yes, Eden. What's wrong?
Nothing. It's wonderful. I'm just surprised.
I'm not. Kirk always seemed to want a family. It's only natural to Eden want one.
Yes, I'm sure she's very happy.
Then why aren't you? It's going to be our first grandchild. What is it? What is wrong?
It just might be a complication that you probably aren't aware of.
Like what? Like what, Sophia?
That possibly, maybe there's a chance the baby's not Kirk's.
What are you talking about? If it's not Kirk's, then who would... Cruz?
I called all over town like a madwoman trying to find out if Brandon was safe and well, and he is. Why did you scare me like that?
I didn't say that to scare you, Gina. Anyway, the first thing I have to tell you does not involve Brandon. I will get to that. But right now, I think you should know that you might be in very serious trouble.
Why? How?
I think Eden has found more evidence. No, I went looking for a remnant of that wig that I found in the fireplace that you tried to have burned, and it wasn't there. It was gone. Apparently, somebody had taken it from the place that I had hidden it.
You're telling me that someone found that wig? Well, what else did they find? Anything?
Everything, I'm afraid, Gina, everything, even though I hid them in separate places.
Well, you obviously didn't hide them very well. Now, you're telling me that Eden may have found the wig and the notebook, too?
I'm afraid so.
No, wait a minute. If she had found that evidence, the first thing she would have done was take it to her precious Cruz, and that hasn't happened, so someone else must have found it. Rosa or somebody.
No, Gina. Because I had them hidden. It has to be Eden. We both know that she's actively been looking for clues and that she is onto you now.
No, we don't both know that. What we both know is that that's what you keep telling me. But I'm not convinced of it, Kirk.
Gina, I am not making this up.
Oh, no. If she does have those things, I'm in big trouble.
Oh, well, don't get too excited. I mean, those things by themselves aren't enough to convict you. Eden's going to have to find more than that.
Well, if there's anything you've hidden, she probably will find it. You were supposed to be protecting me, Kirk.
Gina, I've been doing my best, but you left a lot to cover up. Anyway, I'm expecting to hear from her pretty soon today. Maybe what I could do is get her to confide in me as to what it is that she's doing.
You think she's just going to volunteer the information, do you, Kirk?
Well, I hope so. I'm sure as hell not going to ask her. You know, the trouble is with Eden, she's just rabid. She just won't stop until she knows the whole truth.
You ever stop to think that maybe she suspects you, too? And that she's setting us both up?
There's no way that she can find out about me.
Not as long as I keep my mouth shut, you mean?
You will. That doesn't worry me. We hold each other hostage in this situation, Gina. But you better stop thinking about revenge, Gina, and decide what it is you're going to do to protect yourself.
I don't know. Now that Eden has those things.
Well, there's something else I had to tell you. Now, this is where Brandon comes in. I think Eden's plan of giving Brandon over to Santana is working now.
What are you talking about? What's happened?
Well, rumor has it that Santana's out beating the bushes for a husband. She could be announcing her marriage any day now.
Shut up, Kirk. You're just saying that to scare me.
No, I'm not, Gina. You've got to come up with some kind of plan to stop Eden. That's up to you.
I'm working on it. Now, why don't you just get out of here?
All right. Well, I just wanted to let you know. I mean, I hope you can see now why I didn't want to discuss this over the telephone. You never know who's listening.
Yes, Kirk, you're very discreet. Everybody talks about it. Come on, let's get you out of here. I'll be in touch.
Well, I hope you can come up with a plan of action before it's too late.
I will. Don't worry.
Capital Residence.
Hayley? Yes. Good. I'm glad it's you that answered the phone. Don't mention my name if anybody's around. I just want to let you know that I'm coming over there in a little while, and I want you to make sure that nobody sees me. I'll see you in a few minutes.
How am I supposed...
Mom's still got some stuff to do before she can leave, so I thought I'd come back and bother you.
Okay, I'll take a minute away from all this junk.
Oh, take two. Hey, have you heard from Laken?
No, nothing really. I haven't heard from her since she left town. Except that she's in Lake Tahoe.
She must have been very important to you, wasn't she?
More than that, if there were ever two people that were ever made for each other, it was Ted and
Danny.
Well, you were.
I don't want to talk about her.
Fine. We won't talk about her. I'll go back and see what my mom's doing.
Danny, you don't have to get mad.
I'm not getting mad.
I just said I don't want to talk about her.
Fine.
Well, fine.
Okay.
Danny, you're mad.
I'm not mad.
So touchy.
Well, do you think about her a lot?
No. Not really.
I'm sorry. You just said you didn't want to talk about her, and here I am talking about her. I'm so stupid sometimes.
No, hey, look, Hayley, it's okay. Look, I just want you to not feel shy around me.
I don't. I don't feel that way around you.
Well, good. I hope not. You know, I know I may sound kind of ornery sometimes, but I just want you to feel okay welcomed around here.
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Okay, everybody. Make yourselves comfortable, please. Sit down. Yes, it's Bardo. It will be leaving shortly.
You didn't stay very long, did you?
I couldn't. I have to go tell Mama that I'm marrying Mason. I didn't want everyone else knowing before she does.
How come Mason isn't coming back with you?
He'll come back when he's ready to.
Well, I hope this works out for you, Santana.
It will, because it's going to get my baby from me. I think having your own child is the most precious thing in the whole world, because they make up for so much else that can go wrong in your life. If Channing and I could have raised Brandon, we would have...
Right after you left this morning, I received a call from Eden's doctor.
Not even Cece could have separated us, because
she's pregnant.
Been there to keep us together.
Stay with us here on Sky One for more award-winning chat with Sally Jesse Raphael. That's after the break.
This is Sky One, a part of the British Sky Broadcasting Network.
Mysterious about, young lady. I have work to do.
This won't take long, Mama. Just sit down. Sit down. I have something to tell you both.
Bad news, huh?
It's nothing of the kind. It's good news. I'm going to be married.
What?
You are? Oh, it's Cruz, isn't it? He finally pulled through, huh?
No, it's Mason. He proposed to me and I said yes.
Mason?
Pero no es posible, darling.
Yes, it's true, see?
Mason?
You mustn't do this. I know how much you want Brandon, but you mustn't marry Mason. There's got to be some other way.
I like Mason. And he likes me too, and he's going to make a perfect father for Brandon.
Santana, everyone knows Mason loves Mary, and that he's terribly upset about losing her.
You can't do it.
What is the matter with you two? You're supposed to be happy for me.
I think it's a mistake.
He's a liar, he's sarcastic, and he has no redeeming social value whatsoever.
Oh, lovely. My family's so supportive of me.
Not Mason. I can't support this. It's wrong.
You have no choice. You're going to be married. Mama, I want your blessing. I want you to come to the wedding. I hope you do. But even if you don't, this wedding is going to go on with or without you.
Hello?
Hello?
It's me.
You scared me.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to be careful. I need to go up to Eden's room for a few minutes, and I was wondering if you could make sure the coast is clear for me. I don't want anyone to see me.
I don't understand. What's going on?
Well, it's a little complicated to explain. Eden took something from me that's very valuable, and I want to get it back.
Couldn't you ask her for it? I mean, if they found out that I let you up there...
Look, Eden won't admit that she took it, but she knows it's mine. She's just being spiteful. And don't worry, I promise she won't get in trouble for helping me.
Okay, but I don't like it.
Who does? Is anyone around?
No, no one's around, but hurry.
I will.
What's going on? What is it that Eden took from you?
It was a brooch. A diamond brooch that Cece gave me as a wedding present.
Why would she do that?
I told you, just to be spiteful. I hate to say that about somebody, but it's true. You can't imagine the problems this woman has had.
That's awful. I mean, that's stealing.
I know. From her own stepmother. Can you believe that? Look, Hayley, could you stand outside the door and just guard it for me for a few minutes and tell me if anybody comes along? Just rap on the door.
I can't. I have so much work I have to do today, Aunt Gina.
I'm not asking you to stand out there all day, just for a couple of minutes.
I can. I'm sorry. But I hope that you find it. Mr. Cranston's coming.
Hayley, what were you doing in our room just now?
Just cleaning, Mr. Cranston.
Okay, we'll let it go for now, please.
Yes, sir. I was finished anyway.
Thank you.
That's an idiotic suggestion. Why would you even think Eden's baby will be Cruz's? That may be the way you conducted your life, but immorality, fortunately, is not inherited.
Oh, stop it, Cece. Just stop it. You know very well that Eden doesn't love Kirk.
Then why in the world would she marry him, then?
I know very well why she married him, and I think you do, too. Where is Eden right now?
What do you mean, where is Eden? She's in Hawaii.
That's exactly right, and Kirk is not with her. Why isn't she with him at this wonderful moment in their lives?
She had business to transact.
It's nothing to do with it, and you know it. They have a marriage of convenience at the very best.
She tell you that?
She didn't have to tell me. See, I have eyes. I see what's staring in front of me, even if you don't. Kirk has been protecting her. Kirk has been her alibi ever since you were almost killed that night. And I think that is the only reason that he talked her into marrying.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't want to hear about those things at all.
Cece, you were awake that night, weren't you? You knew what was going on.
My daughter is innocent of any wrongdoing. That's all I have to know.
You're protecting her. Cruz protects her. And I protect her, too. I saw her walk into your room that night. That's right. I did. I watched her. I was in the corridor and I saw her. Cece, Eden was the one that pulled the plug on the life support system, wasn't she?
I told her to do it. I wish more than anything in the world I hadn't put that terrible burden on her shoulders. How awful it must have been for her when she had to do it.
So you've been aware of it all along?
I have a dim recollection of her coming into my room, hearing her cry. I was in and out of consciousness. I wanted to help her, but I couldn't talk and I couldn't move. It was an agonizing moment of my life. I prayed to God that if I were given another chance, I'd make it up to her. I'd take care of her and I'd watch over her and I'd love her forever.
Now you have your second chance.
Yes. I'm going to keep my vows about Eden. And I vow to make this family strong and vital again. And I vow to punish those who hurt us and my children. And nothing will stop me from accomplishing that.
Brandon, are you in here? Hey, kid. Come on. Wake up, all right?
What?
Look, I got a surprise for you. But I don't want you telling anyone about it.
What kind of surprise?
All right, well, first you have to promise me that you won't tell.
I won't. What is it?
Your mother's up in my room.
She is?
Well, aren't you happy about that?
How come she's here?
Look, I don't know, but she is. I'll tell you what. Why don't you run on up there, take her to your room, and show her some of your new toys. But don't tell her that it was me that told you she's up there.
Why?
Because I told you not to tell. Like, stop asking so many questions. Why don't you just run on up there, okay? See your mom.
Okay.
Out of me. What are you doing here? I thought you'd still be in school.
Well, I came to show you my new toys. Want to come to my room and see them?